So my next film I went to the theater and see, and I did not expect this to be any good, but it was opening, and what the hell. Venom 3, aka Venom The Last Dance. So that's indicative that this is the last Venom film. Tom Hardy did say that this was going to be his last time playing this character. Although I feel like if they dangled a check for him to come to the to that Sony MCU world, then I feel like he probably would jump over.
Yeah.
But in this film, Eddie Brock and Venom must make a devastating decision as they're pursued by a mysterious military man and alien monsters from Venom's home world. And this film stars Tom Hardy, of course. We've also got Judo Temple, Riz Ifans, Cristo Fernandez, Peggy Lou comes back as the store owner from the series. We also got Chiwetel Ejiofor in this film, and Stephen Graham is in here, and we also get Andy Serkis in here as well. He plays a character in this. So this story is crazy. It's not very overly complicated. So we got Chiwetel playing this military leader. And somehow they've kind of been tracking Venom for a while. I guess it started, with the earlier films, and they just been, trying to see, what's going on. They know about him, they just don't know where he is. Like they got video footage of him from one of the previous films in the scene, and they're just trying to track this guy down. And they've also had contact with some of the symbiotes matter. At some point, some of Venom's, little black liquidy stuff, got discarded somewhere. So they've got, that stuff in a lab, and they've got others stuff in the lab. So also as this is going on, this pursuit is going on, there's a character named Null who seems to be coming from outer space. I don't know if it's Venom's homeworld. And apparently
he's supposed to be the god of those, the god of the symbiotes in the comics.
Okay.
He also, and if you watched Thor Ragnarok, he actually has the not Ragnarok, Love and Thunder. He actually has the possesses the Necro sword that Gore had.
Okay.
In that
film. So in this film, he indicates that Venom himself has a codex, which would be their key to deciphering something that would give them a big advantage and big power in the universe. Basically, allow him Null to, leave his home world and get out there and conquer the world. So basically, Null sends his minions out to find Venom, on Earth, and they're using a series of portals. I don't know how. Maybe they're keyed onto his biological signal or whatever, but they start poking out in Earth in serious parts, and they're serious creatures, man. They're damn near impossible to kill, man. So but that's the gist of this film. I will say there really wasn't much joy to be had with this film. Like I watched it and it was a fight to stay awake. I'm watching this thing.
Really?
Yeah, like my first I'm at 3 p.m. so this is the earliest first showing. I had good rest. I was already.
This is a blue plate movie for you.
Blue plate?
Yeah. You getting old, Corey. That's like
No, I'm not getting old because I watch movies all the time and they keep me awake. This was that dull. Like here's my thing too. I like the first film. I can't tell you it's a good film, but it was enjoyable. It kept me alert, had me chuckling, a bit. But this, man, it's trying to crack jokes. None of them are landing. It's bad, yo. Tom Hardy is just kind of sleepwalking through this, and it sucks because he is a capable actor. You give him the right material to work with. Yeah. So if you care about making a film that's worth a damn, even when they bring in the store, the lady that runs the store in the previous films, a convenience store down the street from him, and they got a report. She even knows about Venom, and she's cool with him. And he ends up in Vegas and she runs into him, and that just felt forced and wedged in. I'm like, nah, keep her in the store. That's where we're used to her being. Like this, it was goofy to me. It just felt awkward. It felt like the moment was just forced, and they're trying to cram jokes into it. The action sequences, they just didn't hold up either, man. Like this movie, if there's one good thing I'm going to say about it, is I don't think they had to crunch the visual effects artists to make this film. That's its only saving grace. Like it's enough to get by, but there's nothing spectacular here. It's kind of been a hallmark of these Sony run of films when it comes to the special effects. Especially getting into Morbius. I'm like, man, I guess, but yeah, man.
You actually watched Morbius?
Nah, I didn't like Morbius at all. But I'm just saying, like,
you actually saw it.
I be watching movies, man. Like,
I've told you, and I have no desire.
And I'm not. I don't get mad when I see a bad movie, dude. This is part of the game, yo. Like,
well, I'm just one of these. I'm before Fox got bought out by Disney or what, I got to where I was sick and tired of how they were doing the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. So I just made a point of not ever seeing one of those until they're in the MCU. And I pretty much did that same thing with Sony. I think I might have saw the first Venom film, and I didn't care for it at all, just because, he shouldn't even look like he looks, because he was Spider-Man's suit at one point.
Yeah.
He
looks freakish. Even he doesn't even look like the Eddie Brock version. Like I don't even get this. Like Eddie Brock looks like a guy that's muscular in a real sleek suit. Like, this thing is all veiny and just weird textures all over it. Like, I never liked the looks that they put together for I had zero hope for doggone Morbius. So I didn't plan on watching that, and I didn't. Everything's going on with this Kraven the Hunter. Yeah,
you're not Kraven the Hunter unless you're not Spider-Man, huh?
I'm gonna watch Kraven, dude. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna treat Kraven like it's just an action film about some hunter who becomes a freedom fighter. I'm just forgetting Spider-Man has anything to do with it. But I mean, I could see if you're averse to the material, definitely. But like I said, man, like being bad is not enough to deter me from checking out whatever, Plus, it gives me something to talk about. And when I do see a film that comes up this short, it makes me appreciate what's being done with these good films even more, But with that said, man, going into this film, it's pretty much inconsequential, man. There is a big major thing, as the synopsis applies, that happens, but I think because the storytelling is just so janky, just so surface level, so we don't really care about putting any emotional impact into any of this, that major thing that happens, that has no weight to it. It does have 2 post-credit scenes, but I didn't get anything out of those. They're just mostly jokes. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing, big. Maybe the implication that we might get more of this type of character. I don't know if it's going to be Venom per se, but maybe a symbiote type character. But that's it, man. It's not. It's the latest in Sony's attempts to keep the Spider-Man license. And that's all these films are. And I still kind of kick like why would you still waste money like this way? And then I guess they're getting so much from the film, they're getting so much from the merchandise that we could throw away $200 million, every other year in order to keep that license.
Just let Feige, just give Feige, those characters, let him incorporate them in an MCU, and just keep your deal, and just, I don't know. You make more money when you're dealing with MCU based things and letting Feige manage it, But I don't know. With the exception of Spider-Verse films, which I can't wait for the next one to come out, and Spider-Man Noir, I can't wait to see that series on Prime whenever they release that, because I think those might be good. Some interesting that might be an interesting story. Nicolas Cage being Spider-Man Noir or whatever.
Oh no, I'm not that big on that. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably watch it, but I'm not too hyped for that. Like I am. I just love regular Spider-Man, bro. I just love regular Spider-Man, man. Like
I know, but the Spider-Verse stuff, I really enjoy it. But this stuff with you having these Spider-Man villains without Spider-Man for Sony, that's just horrible. I mean,
it pisses me off because they're burning through his rogues gallery, and I'm like, well, what are you going to do when Tom Holland has to shoulder a film on his own? When he has to be neighborhood Spider-Man? Then you got to tie him into some bigger Avengers plot lately. I'm like, dude, you gonna waste Craven like this?
Yeah,
bro, like that would have been crazy badassery to have this guy come to New York City on a tear through the neighborhood looking for this kid, man. Come on, you just want to throw it away for just a regular bootleg action movie that you throw the Rhino in? Like, come on, man, it's pissing me off. So now we're gonna come back around. We're gonna get
Spider-Man 4. You probably could have had Daredevil because he was introduced in the last film, and then in the MCU, you could have had Craven. You could have had Punisher. You could have had Kingpin.
Who's left now? Tombstone? Like, what are we going? Like, what are we doing here?
I'm saying, there's a lot of Spider-Man characters that get introduced in the MCU, but like how they doing,
That's what I'm saying. The ones that are worth any weight, they've been burnt through already. You got to bring Vulture back or Mysterio or something like that. Like versus these guys that you could have put into a cool ass movie. Like, I don't know. I don't get it, dude. It's bad, man. They messing up with that, man.
By the way, I wouldn't mind seeing Vulture come back because it's not like they killed him in anything in Homecoming. Yeah, Michael Keaton was good at that character.
He was good, man. He was definitely good. But we'll see, man.